Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm your girl Cupid, and today I will be doing a video for you about what would a tarot reader say about you? Like, how would they describe you to whoever would be getting a reading, right? So this could be different for everybody in terms of who is asking for this reading or who could be or want to ask for this reading. But regardless, we're going to see what comes out. It's going to be very general. But before we get into the reading, I do want to make a couple announcements. So the first announcement is that I am doing a tarot sale for this week, and I'm extending it out until next week. So the sale will end next Friday. All of my readings are 15% off. So if you've been wanting to get a reading and you just haven't done it for whatever reason, make sure to take advantage of the sale. It's my way of just saying happy summer. I know that sounds crazy, but I love summertime. I love when the seasons change. So this is how I'm celebrating the change of the season, okay? My next announcement is all of my portrait tees and my shadow tees have been sold out. And I am actually just so grateful and high-key really shocked. But nonetheless, thank you guys so much for all of the support and just being like, I mean, really awesome. Like, if you've bought a shirt, thank you. And I'll make sure to let you guys know when I have another drop. I want to work on some more interesting designs, so I'll keep you guys posted about that. And my third and final announcement is that I am going to be changing the weekly tarot scopes to monthly. And the reason I'm doing this is because I was noticing that there were just a lot of repeat messages for particular signs. Right off the top of my head, Capricorn got like pretty much the same message 2 to 3 weeks in a row. And so I think it would just be a little more, it just seems like a better idea to have it be monthly. So I will have those posted for this month by tomorrow morning. If you want to be notified when those tarot scopes are posted every month, make sure to go over to my website and subscribe to the mailing list. That way you get updates literally anytime I drop something on the website, whether it's a tarot scope, new items in my shop, all of that stuff. And the best thing about being subscribed to my mailing list is also you get a free birthday reading when you subscribe to my mailing list. So on your birthday, the next birthday you have coming up, I will send you a free 10-minute reading. So that's just another way of saying thank you. So if you're interested in that, links are going to be in the description box below to my website. Of course, that's also in my my About Me page on the YouTube channel. So literally you can find my website anywhere. But those are my 3 announcements. Let's go ahead and get into your reading. As always, I have 3 groups here. I have group 1, this seashell. Group 2 is this seashell. And group 3 is this seashell, okay? So remember, we're going to be seeing what would a tarot reader say about you? How would a tarot reader describe you, all right? I am going to be inserting an image in here. Make sure to pause so that you can take your time and use your intuition. And timestamps for all of those, timestamps for all 3 of my seashells are going to be in the description box below. See you at your reading, everybody. Bye. Hi, group 1. Welcome to your reading. So we are going to be asking, what would a tarot reader say about you. So it's basically just me describing you, but we're going to see what comes out. I am going to be using 3 different decks for this reading, just to be a little excessive, you know. So let's go ahead and get started. We have the Chariot here and the Page of Wands. 6 of Cups. Okay. I'm gonna get one more card. Okay, so for many of you, a tarot reader would start off by saying that you are someone who doesn't really appear to be in one place all the time, or it almost appears like you're in multiple places at one time. You're a very busy person. You're somebody who's on the go. I'm sorry, it's going to be better for me to just talk I'm just going to talk the best way I can. So this is somebody who is constantly on the move. You could have a lot of jobs that you do, like 2 to 3 different jobs that keep you busy throughout the week. These could be jobs that are physically strenuous. Yeah, we have strength at the bottom of the deck. So work that where you have to use your body a lot, right? So this could be like construction, yard type work, landscaping. This is also be something that's very athletic. This could be different for everyone. Some of you might work with animals, but you travel a lot because of this work. And so this could be like you traveling out of the city, out of the state, or just literally physically, like you just have to drive around a lot for your jobs. And these are like lots of odd jobs with this Page of Wands type of energy here. So this is like you do so many jobs because they're not like, it's not like a 9 to 5 or a job where you do like a 6 to 8 hour shift. It's like contract work, and it keeps you busy. But I feel like with this Page of Wands, you prefer this. You like to be on the go. You like things that are a bit more unpredictable. You're kind of spontaneous. I'm also hearing like jack of all trades, and it might not even necessarily be that you have a lot of different jobs. It could just be, like I said, like with a contractor where you go from one client to the next client to the next client to the next client. So you're really just like not in the same place for long, if that makes sense. I do get a sense that for some of you, you definitely work with animals. And I feel like that's what a tarot reader would say. A tarot reader would say that you like animals. You like being outdoors. You enjoy anything that, like, you don't want to get bored, all right? Yeah. Knight of Wands. I definitely feel like some of you are athletes here, or definitely like outdoorsy type of people. With this 8 of Swords that popped up at the bottom of the deck, you don't like to feel restrained. Like you wouldn't even want to have a job where you're in the same place for too long anyway. You would prefer I don't want to say like to be entertained, but you would get bored easily if it was something a bit more mundane and slow. So you prefer to have like a busy schedule and that keeps you on your toes. You don't really like to be like to feel physically stagnant. Some of you definitely do freelance. I'm getting, can I get one more card with this deck, please? How would a tarot reading describe one? The World. So you're definitely like a traveler, I see. Yeah, you just like to be on the go. You don't really want to have, yeah, I'm not sure what else to say. Sorry, I don't have any crystals out here. But yeah, tarot reader would say you work a lot. You're very busy. You prefer to stay busy. Like you're probably someone who is barely home, and you prefer it that way. Let's look at my other deck. What else would a tarot reader say about Group 1 Spirit? What else would a tarot reader say about Group 1? Eight of Wands. Okay. King of Wands and Knight of Pentacles. Okay. So right off the bat, I definitely feel like you're a fire sign. So that's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Yeah, there's just like a lot of fire energy. With this Eight of Wands, to me, you are somebody who has very big dreams or like goals. You have very specific goals, but these goals are related to like the bigger picture, right? With the World card here. So it's like you're not necessarily like, your goals are just not very small. So they're not really rooted in the present. You're very future oriented. So the things that you're doing now, right? The work that you're doing now, it's in order to get to this very big goal. So for some of you, this is definitely like traveling, all right? For others of you, it could be a specific lifestyle where you're just like afforded, you know, a type of freedom. This is gonna be different for everyone. But that's kind of what I'm getting here with those two cards. With the Knight of Pentacles here, you are somebody who is saving up, right? You're trying to, this has a lot to do with, it could have a lot to do with money or just like your overall stability, right? Trying to save your money, trying to stack your money. Yeah, this is also about discipline, okay? Because I feel like all right, I feel like somebody is rebuilding from a past connection, right? There either was a past attachment that created some instability in your life, or you're avoiding attachments, or in general wary about any attachments that could threaten your stability, okay? This could have to do with the home. For some, this could, I definitely feel like there's a home involved here. But I definitely feel like there's definitely something here about saving money and restabilizing. But like I said before, you're working very, very hard and keeping yourself very, very busy, which is what you prefer. I'm seeing that like it's a personality thing, but it's also so that you can rebuild your stability, so that you can do the things you want to do over here, right? So it's kind of like, what is that saying about the ends meet the ends, something like that. Like what you're doing now is gonna pay off in the end, right? So it's not really about like living your best life now. It's about like living your best life later, if that makes sense. A tarot reader would say that you probably don't get a lot of sleep, okay? You're overworked. A tarot reader would say that you what's the right word? Like you're disciplined, you're working hard, but you're overworked, you're tired, and your perspective is very limited. Because I'm looking at this Two of Swords here, and I hope it's not confusing, because like I basically like slid the cards out like this. But we have, so Four of Swords, then underneath we have the Knight of Wands again, so it's mirroring this. The Magician here, and then Two of Swords. So to me it's like, yes, you're working very hard, but you're not really seeing the bigger picture, and you're at this like crossroads where you feel almost like you have to do things a certain way, right? So it's like you do have to work, you do have to do what you're doing, but the way you're doing it, I feel like a tarot reader would say that you're not seeing that there are other ways you can go about achieving this goal that does not jeopardize your health. With this Four of Swords, you're very tired, okay? And if it's not necessarily being sleepy, you're not really allowing yourself time to just rest mentally and spiritually, taking time to recalibrate, rejuvenate, you know, and just like enjoying the present, is what I'm seeing here. You're not really here in the present. Even when I'm looking at this King of Wands, he's looking off into the distance, and then there's all these clouds out here, so it's like his head is in the clouds. He's focused on his dreams, his goals with this Eight of Wands, right? He's focused on creating these opportunities for himself, but he's not really enjoying the present. He's not around to enjoy the fruits of the fruits of his current labor, because yes, you want this bigger goal, but along the way you've acquired blessings and you're not really enjoying them. We have this Temperance at the bottom of the deck here, and I'm going to leave this here, which kind of lets me know that a tarot reader would say that you would need to create more of a balance between work and rest, if that makes sense, because you're working very hard, but you're not, like I said, allowing yourself to enjoy, not really allowing yourself to enjoy life. Generosity. I'm going to get another card. Ooh. One, please. complication. Okay. All right. So this to me is about reaching out for help or accepting help, and also just about community. And this doesn't necessarily have to be like asking someone to help you with a task, but because our community, right, our circle of friends and family, they can help us just by reminding us of how loved we are. They can help us by you know, having a good time with us, you know, helping to facilitate a good time, and just hanging out. But I'm seeing here that a tarot reader would say that you need to connect with your community at the moment. Like I said, friends and family, and take that time to either, you know, allow them to reach you, right? Because in this image, we have this handout with the wings, right? Generosity. So there are people around you who care a lot about you and want to help you, right? In whatever way that is. And then complication here. There's some difficulties here. I feel like there are things in your life that you're either confused about, or it just seems really tangled up and complicated. And you may need a second opinion or like a third person perspective to look in and help you figure out like how to untangle these knots. I don't know really the best way to say it. Like even if you just casually talk about the things, like it doesn't have to be a big deep conversation, but you know, like, oh my goodness, I'm just so tired. Oh, why don't you rest? Maybe I should rest, you know? Or hey, well, let's go to the park, let's just chill today. Yeah, you know, I could totally benefit from just like chilling at the park. That sounds great. So with these two cards, like I said, I'm just really seeing that you need to connect with your community and allow those around you to help you relax, if that makes sense, you know, to help you rejuvenate your spirit, help you create more of a balance. All right. And for many of you, this definitely could be asking for some literal help. Like, I'm overworked. How I don't, you know, how can I, you know, create more balance? How can I make sure I get enough sleep? How can I, you know, not have so much to do? How do I cut back on, you know, this is going to be so different for everybody. Like I said, it's very general, but that's what I'm getting for group 1. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I certainly did. And I cannot wait for our very next reading. Okay. What else I was going to say? Oh yeah, reminder, I do have a tarot sale. All my readings are 15% off. If you want to take advantage of that, go ahead and use the link in the description box to check that out. If you want to be notified whenever I post new videos, then make sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell. And if you want to be notified whenever I update the monthly tarot scopes, go ahead and subscribe to my mailing list on my website, and I will see you guys at your next reading. Peace. Hi, group 2. Welcome to your reading. We're going to be asking, what would a tarot reader say about you? I am going to be using 3 different decks just to spice it up. So let me take a sip of my water and we can get started. Okay. What would a tarot reader say about group 2 spirit? the Chariot. The Page of Swords. Okay. So, right off the bat, there's a decision that you have been avoiding making. Okay? And with this Page of Swords in the middle, I feel like you have kept yourself in a pretty stagnant place. Paired with the Chariot, I feel like you've been distracting yourself, either with other obligations, people, jobs, maybe even literal travel. But I am seeing somebody who's basically running away from a problem, avoiding it. And with this Judgment here, obviously this is about making a decision, but I feel like it's also about you choosing not to make this decision at all. But Judgment also lets me know that this is a decision that really needs to be made. Let's see. Some of you may have been drawn to group 1. I would go and check that out. We have Ace of Coins here. Can I get one more card, please, Spirit? So for some of you, this is about some type of commitment. This could be a relationship, right? Some type of romantic relationship, or this could be just any type of obligation that you were running from making a decision about, okay? I have Queen of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. So, there could have been a breakup. This is kind of confusing, to be honest. Not the stuff up here, but just exactly what you're running from. From some of you, there was a relationship where you were running away from committing to the relationship for whatever reason. And I'm also seeing that you may have sought advice from unreliable sources, or you were constantly like asking for guidance in regards to this situation, but without really any real resolution. I think at the end of the day, you were asking for guidance, but it seems like obviously the outcome still relies on you making a decision. You have to make a decision, and for many of you, you just were not willing to do that. With this Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck, I feel like this either caused a breakup or caused some type of falling out with another individual. Yeah, I feel like I forgot what the other one was. But yeah, so this lack of like making a decision, it seems like it put a rift between you and this other person, right? And so that's what the tarot reader would say. It would say that you weren't really making a decision about something. With this Ace of Coins, this definitely lets me know that this has to be about a commitment, right? And this doesn't have to be anything super crazy. Like, it doesn't have to be like a marriage proposal or anything like that. It could have just been deciding to move this relationship to more serious territory. And you ran from that. But I'm seeing that I'm seeing that, especially with the Hierophant here, you ran and you didn't make this decision either due to a fear of commitment, which would, okay, a fear of commitment, but it was confusing. So you were seeking guidance about this. Okay, we have a Knight of Cups. Now, of course, all energies are, you know, interchangeable. So if you feel like it needs to be flipped for any reason, then just flip it. If the other person was the one who ran from the commitment. We have Five of Wands. Four of Swords. Okay. And then we have Seven of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. So what I'm getting here is that with this Knight of Cups, you definitely liked this person, okay? You definitely liked this person a lot. And I also feel like they liked you a lot. But with this Five of Wands, this to me is like, it's feeling like an energetic fight, right? A battle. So like you just weren't on the same page. Somebody was definitely like a runner and somebody was a chaser. I'm getting you were the runner. But it was like, this just created conflict, okay? So it's like, despite you guys liking each other, this desire to run, it was just causing all this conflict. When I see this Four of Swords, I feel like you pretty much tried to ignore everything, which is coinciding with this Page of Swords energy of just like choosing to be on the sidelines, right? Choosing to just not get your hands dirty. I don't even want to touch this. You know what I mean? And with the Seven of Wands, a tarot reader would say that you were in a very selfish state of mind, okay? Very defensive even. And despite, even though you like this person, you weren't really thinking about this other person. It was just about, your mind was really just focused on you and your needs and what you want, and not really in a place to consider this other person. Just very selfish. I'm also seeing that a tarot reader would say that that it's because this person, right? I'm seeing that this person offered something, right? And this, they could have offered, you know, like a declaration of love. They could have, you know, really put their feelings out there. And that is what created this conflict, right? And you ignored them. I'm seeing that you could have ghosted them, blocked them, just didn't respond to what they were talking about. But yeah, with the Seven of Wands, it's very selfish. And then over here with the Queen of Swords, it's kind of put the connection in a really stiff spot where this person is pretty much hurt and distrustful, right? They don't really trust you, or they don't really trust the connection. Just, they're also like in this defensive place now. Some of you may have felt like you just weren't ready for a connection. But yeah, I feel like a tarot reader would say that you're a runner and that you don't want commitment. And probably say that you've also done this to other people before, I'm seeing, where you've gotten kind of close to people and they've tried to move things forward in some way, and the cycle repeats where it creates conflict. You ghost them, ignore them, and it really like leaves a bad taste in their mouth. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. With this Page of Swords, though, it definitely makes me feel like this is like a scared energy, right? A fear. You're trying to prolong or stall, right? You're trying to stall having to make any commitment to anybody with this Ace of Coins. And this could just be, you know, this could be for any reason. I'm not seeing any specific reasons as to why there's this fear of commitment and a need to like run and fight off people. But with this Ace of Coins, it could have to do with, you know, you might not feel like you have that to give, or you just don't want to give it. Right? Like, there's something about relationships where you throw them away, right? Because I'm seeing with the Judgment, he's like throwing this little, it's like a little doll or something. What is this? You know, like a little baby into this animal's mouth. So it's almost like you're saying, I don't want this, and you throw it away. Like, I don't want this, and you throw it away. And I mean, and that's the thing, it's like, even though you were trying to avoid making a decision, avoiding making the decision is a decision, right? Because you decided you didn't want it. When you like, you just were too scared to be upfront and be honest. You were too scared to just communicate this in a mature fashion, and that's why it was selfish. Because if you did want it, you would have done it, right? But you don't want it, so you didn't do it. But you could have communicated, and so it's left this person or multiple people just very turned off by you and just the way you do things, and not really trusting your character. Okay, like I said, this could be triggering, but like I said, if it's not you, if it's the other person, just flip it. But that's what I'm getting. So I'm gonna get 2 more cards from the Pear Oracle deck to see what else a tarot reader would say about you. goodness. These cards are so big. Right, we have wildness. Weight. Okay. Yeah. So we have wildness and we have weight here. So I'm definitely seeing that a tarot reader would say that you need to be honest with people about who you are and what you want. You need to find a way to be more authentic. And you're struggling a lot with authenticity. For some reason. For some of you, it's because you don't like who you are. For others of you, you may feel like who you are is not who you're supposed to be. There's definitely a warped perspective here in regards to like how you're supposed to act, how you're supposed to come off to others. And as a result, you are burdened, right? You're burdened, and this burden for a lot of you is this inability to just communicate, right? You don't know how to communicate your truths, so you run away. But the thing is, even if you don't want like a committed relationship, or if that's not the specific for some of you, but it relates somehow, I think this still is going to apply. But if there's something that you don't want, there's something that you feel strongly about in terms of your needs and desires, that's okay. There's nothing inherently bad about not wanting the same thing as another person. The problem comes in when you cannot be honest with yourself and them. The problem comes in when you leave people in the dark and gaslight and run away from your problems. Okay. When I look at this animal, they look so sad, right? Even though they're pretty much magnificent. I don't know if you can see this card, but this is a magnificent creature. But they feel lonely, and they lack self-love, okay? And they put on a mask, or they put on airs so that they can fit in, so that they can be what they think they're supposed to be, instead of just being their true authentic self. And it's created these burdens in their life where they have all this baggage, possibly of severed connections that they didn't truly want to sever, but it happened anyway because essentially they ended up doing those people wrong. Here at the bottom of the deck is management. This person, they're like holding these and they're trying to keep it under control. I think this is at the bottom of the deck. It really is reading to me about learning how to balance your truth and also respect, okay? And this could be very harsh and triggering for some, but I do feel like it has to be said. You need to figure out how to manage your truths, and how can you be more authentic and without disrespecting people, right? We can't make everybody happy. We can't give everybody what they want. It's just not possible. It's not realistic. But what we can do is operate from a place of integrity and respect. And that means communicating authentically about our needs and not running away, because this could have been somebody who really did care about you, really enjoyed your company, you know, it'll be different for everyone. But, and even if that's not a connection where a friendship can last or anything, it's still, how beneficial was it to hurt this person in that way, right? How beneficial is it to constantly run from your problems instead of facing them head on, right? How helpful has it been to avoid making decisions, especially when, like I said, you still make the decision. When you walk away from something, when you turn your back on something, you're already saying you don't want it. The only difference, or you're already expressing that you don't want it. The only difference is that you're doing it in a way that is cowardly. You're doing it in a way that is completely disregarding everybody involved. It's immature, right? That's why this is a page, because it's immature. And yeah, that's just mostly like what I'm getting here. Especially with this Hierophant. The Hierophant often to me is definitely about seeking guidance, but it's also like a teacher, okay? And I think this is here to say that there's still a lot you need to learn. There's a lot that you just haven't really understood. There's still things that you need to fully grasp, especially when it comes to communicating and getting what you want, right? Because you can't, like I said, you can get what you want, but there are ways to go about that won't jeopardize you in the long run, okay? This is about authenticity, right? Being authentic, being brave enough to be authentic, and being willing to open our mouth. If I were you, I would explore that. I would look at my throat chakra, and maybe even sacral chakra and your heart chakra, and figure out, okay, where's this imbalance coming in? Why am I avoiding expressing my truth when it will benefit everybody? You know what I mean? But I'm going to end your reading here, group 2. I hope that resonated. If it didn't, I'm so sorry. You can pick another group, or you can find another video. What was I going to say? But I enjoyed it, and I can't wait for our next reading. If you do want to take advantage of my 15% off sale, go ahead and check that out. All my tarot readings are 50% off. 15% off. And if you would like to be notified whenever I update the monthly tarot scopes, go ahead, subscribe to my mailing list. And if you would like to be notified whenever I post a new video, make sure to subscribe to my channel and ring that notification bell. I will see y'all at the next reading. Peace. Hi, group 3. Welcome to your reading. We are going to be asking, what does tarot reader say about you? Okay. Was I going to say anything? I think that's it. Okay, so let's get right into your reading. I am going to use 3 different decks today just to spice it up. So let's jump right in. What would a tarot reader say about group 3? Okay, we have death. Judgment. Interesting. Uh-oh, can I get one Five of Cups. Huh. Okay. Okay. Okay, sorry. Okay. So, I'm seeing that a tarot reader would say that you have transformed many times. I'm saying, okay, you've transformed many times, and you have loved many times. I'm seeing here with this Ace of Cups. Okay. Some of you may have gotten engaged or entered a relationship of some sort. But there was some type of disappointment that forced it to end abruptly, right? And this could have happened for some of you. I feel like this has happened multiple times where you've gotten into a connection and for some reason it just was not what you thought it was, and it ended abruptly. And this type of repeat disappointment has put you in this place where you're really just not the same person you used to be. For some of you, you look at love completely differently now, okay? You're very mindful of what it is that you give in connections. You don't rush in anymore. I feel like some of you may have had a problem where you felt like you were constantly rushing things. Even if you didn't try to, things would just move very fast, and then they would crash and burn really fast. I also feel like for some of you, you were in connections that were primarily driven by passion, desire, sexual chemistry, and these could have been ended up being very toxic, or just overall draining, or just shallow, right? And like I said, with this Five of Cups, you've been disappointed many times. But I do see that you haven't given up on love. You just approach it differently. Like I said, you're more wary now of giving too much too soon. You're you're a bit more, I don't want to say conservative, but not as accessible, okay? You've become a little stingy. Can I get one more card, please? Okay. We have King of Swords here. All right. So to me, this is saying like you've started looking at things from a more strategic point of view. Some of you could have Gemini or Libra. I'm getting Gemini or Libra here. And maybe even some Piscean energy I'm feeling, okay? But you haven't given up on love because you love love, right? You love love and you want a connection, but I do see that you've seen that you've needed to protect yourself more because of the things you've been through, okay? With this Judgment, I really feel like you had to make a really tough decision at some point that really hammered this home to you, right? Because I feel like you've done this multiple times, but whatever this one time was, it was so this could have been somebody that you were married to. For some, this may have been somebody you were engaged to, somebody that maybe even you lived with, or you were just, you've liked, you know, this is the person, like you like them more than you liked anybody. And whatever happened put you in a position where you had to do something that was really tough. Like you just didn't want to do it, but you had to. With this 5 of Cups energy, I feel like you could have been in a third-party situation, or this person may have just chosen somebody else over you, or it just wasn't what it seemed, okay? Or it could have been a situation where you chose the wrong person, and this has changed how you've approached relationships since, because you were blinded, or you know, your perspective was very limiting. So I have 2 of Cups right here. I feel like for some of you, a tarot reader would say that you want to make things right with, like if it was a situation where you made the wrong decision about something, you want to make things right with this person. You want to come in and apologize or prove yourself. If it was the other situation where you were done wrong, you I feel like you have there's a new person here, and you want to pursue this, but you're determined to pursue this very differently than you did in the past. And I think that's the consistent theme here, where for both groups, you know that you have to do things differently. You can't do things the same way you were doing in the past, because that's where a lot of the problems came in, okay? Well, however you were doing things in the past led to a lot of disappointment when it came to love. But I mean, honestly, I'm happy to see that you haven't given up on love at all, but you're re-strategizing. Can I get one more card, please, Spirit? Hold on. All right, we have Queen of Wands here and 3 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So I'm seeing here that you're very hopeful, right? A tarot reader would say you are still really hopeful about this new connection, and about love in general. And you're willing to do what it takes. You're willing to put yourself out there and communicate what it is that you feel and want. This Queen of Wands, this could be you or your person, but they would say that you're very attracted to this other person. And I just like with group 1 and 2, I did say this could be switched, right? The energy. So if this is about your person, you know, just switch it. If you're not the person and it's talking about your person, then just switch it, okay? But a tarot reader would say that you're very attracted to this new person, this Queen of Wands, and you're very, like, this person can be artistic, this person could be just like a fiery personality, spontaneous, but I am getting a really strong personality here. And with the 3 of Wands, they would say that, well, one, they would definitely say that you fantasize a bit about this person, but they will also say that you I lost my train of thought. So there's some daydreaming here. But also, like, I feel like you're willing, it's like you're willing to see what happens. You know what I mean? Like, despite what has happened in the past to you, you're still open and willing to see what happens. And like I said, just very hopeful. I'm definitely getting some romantic energy here. So I'm definitely feeling like Gemini, Libra coming through. There is fire energy. There's lots of cups. So I do feel like there's a Pisces type of vibe going. Cancer even is what I'm picking up real strongly, like energetically. But yeah, that's what a tarot reader would say. I want to get 2 cards from this Pear Tree Oracle deck. All right, we have celebration. And farewells. Okay. Interesting. Wildness at the bottom of the deck. So this is interesting. I'm definitely with this farewell card getting more of an energy of like leaving the past behind you, right? A tarot reader would say that you are ready to leave the past in the past. You are not going to let any of that stuff hold you back. You've said your goodbyes, or you're ready to say your goodbyes, and your focus is mainly just about moving forward in a healthy way. With this celebration here, like I was saying about being hopeful, you're in a place where you're more so excited about the future, and just overall looking forward to all of these new possibilities. I definitely get this energy that you've done a lot of healing emotionally, and it's just putting you into this very positive mindset where you're not really focusing on the disappointments of the past like you were before with the 5 of Cups. If anything, you want to to correct those things. And for many of you, this is a reconciliation energy where somebody is ready to come back together and celebrate that reunion. Let me see, is there anything else? Yeah, just definitely lots of healing. Somebody has really grown into themselves and gotten to a place where they are ready to express themselves fully and authentically. I do kind of feel like all 3 groups are a tiny bit connected. So if you felt compelled to watch 1 or 2, I would go back and watch those. That's not for everybody, but I do get some of those vibes that some of you were connected to pile 2, and some of you may have even been connected to pile 1. So check those out. But I'm going to leave it here for today for group 3. I enjoyed this. If you enjoyed this reading and it resonated, make sure to like the video and give a thumbs up. Make sure to leave a comment. If you would like to take advantage of my 15% off sale, it ends next Friday. Go ahead, link is in the description, and check that out. If you would like to be notified whenever I post new videos, make sure to subscribe to my channel and ring the notification bell. And if you skipped the intro, my weekly tarot scopes are now monthly tarot scopes. So if you would like to be notified whenever the monthly tarot scopes are posted on my website, go over to my website and subscribe to my mailing list, okay? So I will see y'all at the next reading. Bye.